Firewall insulation. Why would anyone do it? If you've ever been in a general aviation aircraft, you know they're kind of loud. Even with noise canceling headsets on, things are still pretty loud. There's also the whole idea of, a fire, and this is stainless steel, should last pretty long. But it will also get uncomfortable on the other side. So there's a couple of reasons. One, I want to insulate. I don't mind being cold. I don't like being hot. I'm in Michigan. I'm gonna primarily fly this airplane out of Michigan. But there is still, sweaty summers sometimes, and it just gets warm and don't want to deal with it. So we're gonna insulate the firewall. There's a kit that Dan Horton sells, Dan H on Vans Air Force, and it includes an insulation and a stainless steel foil. He's got some great instructions on it. If you're interested in doing it, I'll put something in the link, down below. Or it's realistically just send him a message on Vans Air Force and say, hey, I want your stuff, and I'll send it to you. Well, you gotta pay him, of course. But yeah, so there's the sound, the heat, fireproofing is obviously a little bit better. That's not really my primary reason. My primary reason is the sound, the heat, and also, again, I need to add a little bit of weight on the front part of the airplane. And that's, this will be 4 to 5 pounds of insulation and whatnot, since I took probably 15 to 20 pounds off the nose when I decided to go with a composite prop. So any little bit helps. If I wanted a little bit of insulation and I didn't have to move the CG forward, then I wouldn't want to do this, but it's kind of a double win. I've taken everything off the firewall, that other than the things I really don't want to mess with, the fuel supply and return lines I don't want to mess with. I can take these AN fittings out of the brake bones there. Probably take those off to cut around them when the time comes. I just don't up and tape them off. I just don't want anything to get into those brake lines because they're all attached on the other side of the firewall. This is also pro sealed in place, and pipe thread or pipe sealant is on the other side, I think. Yeah, definitely pipe sealant's on the other side. So I don't want to take the brake reservoir off, although I guess I could. It's not a big deal. Little places here and there, not a big deal. But these guys are for the connectors where all of my wiring is coming through. So most people route wiring through these holes. These will be sparsely used in this aircraft, but they still will be there for, say, future enhancement. Who knows, whatever needs to be done. So these aren't coming off. I don't know, maybe they could. Technically they could, but I think what I'll do is instead I will put a piece of paper on here to sort of create a mask, and then cut from the mask into the insulation. So that's it. We're going to start using the instructions and get to work on it, I guess. Alright, so we're just going to wipe this whole thing down and unroll the foil. Oh, that's the insulation. Here's the foil. Ah, the cats are here. They just had to see this. Well, it's a relatively simple process. The main issue is that this thin, I don't even know if it's like
probably like 5 thousandths thick or something like that. It's really thin. Stainless is quite sharp on the edges, so wearing those cloth gloves. I got them with some stainless steel zip ties that I got to make fire sleeve with. And then, yeah, those worked out pretty well. I did stab myself through them once, but that was because I created a burr on the metal. And, you know, that burr was sticking up. I poked through it, and that just, it got me. All right, so this is just a simple process, realistically. Basically make a mask, add that mask back to the pre-drawn stuff that you'd have on there. Cut it out, refine it, cut it out, refine it. I wish I found a better way to cut this stainless steel foil. It really was a pain in the ass. I mean, I'm gonna cut a lot of this out like after this part because there's just so much cutting and fitting, and like, look, we're remarking it to cut it again, and then fit it again, and finally, you know, in the next video, we're not even gonna spray it and attach it. That comes like, well, that's still gonna be in the next video. I'm gonna shorten the next one up. Anyway, that's about it for this one. Come back next time. We'll finish up this firewall installation. I promise. I'm not gonna let it drag on all that long. That'd be way too boring. See you later.